Hey, I'm a trans woman. Listen to me roar. Meow. You know what's on my mind? Brave people. Brave men in particular. I have a lot of admiration for people with bravery and courage, especially moral courage. Selfless courage. Like most of us, I admire the sort of man that runs toward danger, not away from it. Especially when he's trying to protect others. When I think about things like, I ask myself questions like, who's the bravest person I ever saw? Who's the most courageous person I've ever seen? And in what situation? I think about stuff like this. Courage is very much on my mind lately. Because in case you guys haven't got the hint already or the message from watching my videos, if you've been watching them, it takes courage to be a transgender woman, especially in 2026 Trumpy America. It takes a lot of courage to do this. It really does. Fact of the matter is, you could be risking your own life by just going out in public and dressing the way you want to dress. It takes a lot of courage to do this. There's two men that come to mind that I've seen over the years that really impressed me with their courage. The first one was a strange man I did not know. And it happened in St. Augustine, Florida, when I was visiting once. It's a really beautiful old city if you ever have a chance to check it out. And they have like horse and buggy tours for the tourists. And once when I was there, it was probably about 20 years ago, a horse broke loose. It bolted. Horses are nervous animals, and they can be very dangerous when they're scared and they bolt, right? They run, they're big, they're strong. And there was a bunch of tourists standing around, including me. And some kind of like a tour operator type guy pulled up his horse and buggy, and for some reason he got out of the buggy and left the horse and the buggy standing unattended for a moment. And there was a group of tourists standing around, and for some reason the horse became frightened and it bolted. Full on panic, like fight or flight. That's how a horse can freak out sometimes. And this horse bolted, and it was dangerous. It was a big animal. The buggy alone would have definitely crushed someone had they been struck by it. And a man, it wasn't even the man that worked there that was the tour operator, the guy who gets paid to drive the horse and buggy. It was a different man. When that horse bolted, dragging that buggy, that wagon, it was headed straight for a group of people. Men, women, children, old people. That horse and that buggy would have slammed right through those people like a bowling ball going through a bunch of pins. And there was a man who was just standing there. He was a tourist, probably a family guy, you know? Just some guy. And when everyone else screamed and freaked and the horse bolted and everybody was like, oh my God, it's coming toward us, this man ran at a full gallop. Instant decision. He was a hero. He swung into action. He ran. He ran down the horse and the buggy somehow because it didn't get up enough speed that he could still overcome it. And he jumped onto the buggy, grabbed the reins, and pulled it under control and got that horse to stop before anyone was injured. I sat there, I just watched, my jaw hung. I couldn't believe it. I was like, that guy is a hero. A real hero. Just some guy. He saved a bunch of people from getting squished by a horse and buggy, but it was amazing to see that kind of courage in action. And I asked myself, do I have that kind of courage? If it were moral courage to stand up for myself? Because it's a little bit different, you know, kind of courage. But that guy had the kind of courage that saved a bunch of people from getting hurt. And that's hero stuff. But sometimes it takes a different kind of courage. Anyway, I'm going to think more about this, okay? But yeah, I got brave men on the brain. Brave women. It's inspiring me to be a brave trans. Much love.